Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're tackling the Komodo Dragon.
The Komodo Dragon.
The biggest lizard on Earth. You probably already know that.
Right.
But we're going way deeper than the basics, unpacking some seriously mind-blowing facts about this apex predator.
Sounds good.
Their crazy adaptations, the conservation efforts surrounding them.
Fascinating stuff.
Get this, they can reproduce without mating.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And there's this debate about whether their mouths are like really teeming with deadly bacteria.
Well, that bacteria myth is a really interesting example of, how science kind of evolves, right?
Yeah.
For years, people thought that's what made their bites so deadly.
It makes sense. It's a lizard.
Yeah,
They're in the dirt.
exactly. But more recent research is pointing to venom being the real culprit,
Oh, wow.
packed with toxins
Uh-huh.
that can cause shock and prevent blood clotting.
So it's not just like a messy bite.
No.
It's a calculated attack.
Oh, absolutely.
And you wouldn't want to try out running one either. I was shocked to learn they could hit nearly 30 miles per hour in short bursts,
It's true.
faster than Usain Bolt.
Yeah. While attacks on humans are rare, those speed bursts, coupled with their venomous bite, make them incredibly dangerous.
For sure.
Komodo National Park alone has reported numerous attacks over the years, and there have been some truly terrifying incidents. In 2007, an 8-year-old boy was tragically killed.
Oh, wow.
It was the first fatality in over 3 decades.
Wow.
And just a couple of years later, 2009, a fruit picker was attacked and severely injured.
Oh, man. And there was another attack just last year, September 2023. Luckily, the man survived, but it's a stark reminder of just how powerful these creatures are. But, here's something I bet you didn't know.
Okay.
You won't find these dragons just anywhere. They're only found on a handful of Indonesian islands.
It's true. Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, how they ended up there.
Well, their journey is a tale of ancient migrations and remarkable adaptation. It seems they likely evolved in Australia,
What?
believe it or not, and then dispersed westward.
Wow.
They share a lineage with the Australian lace monitor,
I never heard that.
their closest relative.
Interesting.
But over millions of years, they carved out a niche for themselves on these volcanic islands, evolving to thrive in their unique hot and dry climate.
So imagine these islands, right?
Yeah.
Grasslands, savannas, low elevation forests. All perfect hunting grounds for the Komodo dragon. And they're not picky eaters. Birds, mammals, carrion.
True.
If it's there, they'll eat it.
Yep. If it's there, it's on the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of surviving in harsh environments,
Okay.
their reproduction strategies are just as remarkable.
Yeah.
Did you know that female Komodo dragons can actually reproduce without a male?
It's true. It's called parthenogenesis.
Wow.
And it's a fascinating adaptation, particularly in isolated populations where, finding a mate might be tricky.
Yeah, I bet.
Essentially, females can produce viable eggs without fertilization.
So it's like this built-in insurance policy.
Right. It's a backup plan for ensuring the continuation of their lineage.
Right. But when they do reproduce sexually, things can get pretty intense.
Oh, yeah.
I read that males actually bite the female's neck and hold her down during mating.
It's quite a dramatic courtship ritual, isn't it?
Yeah.
The female then lays around 20 to 30 eggs, carefully buries them in the ground, and then it's a waiting game for about 7 or 8 months.
Right.
And then out pop these adorable little hatchlings,
Yeah.
greenish with yellow and black bands, for camouflage.
Right.
They're pretty clever, too. They spend their first year up in the trees to avoid predators.
Including other Komodo dragons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I might add.
Wow.
Adults have been known to cannibalize their young.
Oh, that's intense. So those little ones have to be pretty resourceful to survive.
Yeah.
As they grow, their diet changes too, from insects and small reptiles to larger prey like deer and wild boar. It takes about 8 to 10 years for them to reach sexual maturity and truly come into their own as apex predators.
And when they hit adulthood, these giants can weigh up to 330 pounds, which is about the size of a small refrigerator.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Could you imagine that lumbering towards you?
No, thank you.
And their sense of smell is just phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned they can detect carrion from miles away.
Right.
It's no wonder they're such successful hunters.
No wonder at all.
But even these powerful creatures face their own set of challenges, especially as they age.
That's right. Their mobility decreases, hunting becomes more difficult, they become more vulnerable to other predators, and even starvation.
Yeah.
But they're incredibly resilient creatures. Older Komodo dragons often become more solitary, focusing on their own survival. It's almost like they transition into these wise elder statesmen of the Komodo world,
I love that.
relying on their, years of experience
Yeah.
to navigate the challenges of aging.
It's like they've earned their stripes,
Yeah.
literally and figuratively.
Yeah,
Speaking of stripes, we touched on their anatomy earlier,
right.
but I think we need to go deeper,
Sure.
especially those like crazy teeth of theirs.
Yeah.
They're called ziphodont teeth.
They are.
Right. What makes them so special?
Ziphodont is a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the name perfectly describes their function. Think of them like tiny serrated steak knives lining their jaws,
Oh, wow.
laterally flattened, recurved and serrated,
Oh, my God.
ideal for ripping and tearing flesh.
Ouch. I wouldn't want to get my finger anywhere near those. Their claws look incredibly versatile, too.
They are.
What do they use them for?
Those sharp claws are essential tools for a Komodo dragon. They use them for everything,
Right.
from climbing trees and digging burrows
Wow.
to, of course, holding on to prey
Right.
during a hunt.
So it's a full body attack.
Yeah, pretty much.
And their tails aren't just for show, right? I've heard they can pack quite a punch.
Absolutely. Those powerful tails are more than just decorations. They provide balance, and they can be used as a formidable weapon
Right.
for defense. A well-aimed tail swipe can knock a predator off its feet or even break bones.
Oh, wow. Talk about a multi-purpose appendage.
Yeah.
But I think what really blows my mind is their sense of smell. You mentioned they can sniff out carrion from miles away.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
How's that even possible?
It's all thanks to those incredible tongues. You'll often see them, flicking their forked yellow tongues in and out,
Right.
picking up scent particles in the air. Those particles are then transferred to a special organ in the roof of their mouth
Okay.
called the Jacobson's organ,
Wow.
which acts like a super-powered smell detector.
Wait, so that means they're literally tasting the air to smell things?
Pretty much.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
It's a fascinating adaptation.
And speaking of crazy, they're primarily active during the day.
Right.
But I read they might exhibit some nocturnal behavior, too.
That's right. They're generally considered diurnal, but they can be active at night, particularly when the temperatures are cooler.
Yeah, that makes sense, to stay cool.
Exactly. This adaptability is one of the keys to their survival.
Right. And this leads us to a more serious topic.
Okay.
Despite their remarkable adaptations, these amazing creatures are facing some significant challenges. We mentioned earlier that they're classified as endangered. What exactly is contributing to their decline?
Well, unfortunately, human activities are the primary drivers of their decline.
Right.
Habitat loss is a major threat,
Okay.
as deforestation and land conversion for agriculture and development
Right.
continue to encroach on their natural territory.
So even though they've adapted to these, harsh volcanic islands, they can't compete with human expansion.
Sadly, that's often the case.
Yeah, that's disheartening. Are there any other factors at play?
Well, poaching is another issue. Driven by the illegal wildlife trade,
Oh,
some individuals are targeted for their skins,
oh wow.
which are used in traditional medicine,
Right.
or sold as exotic leather goods.
It's a shame that these magnificent creatures are being exploited for profit.
Yeah,
And I imagine climate change is playing a role too, right?
absolutely. Rising temperatures, changing rainfall patterns, sea level rise,
Oh, wow.
all impacting their island habitats and prey availability. These cascading effects of climate change make their future even more uncertain.
It really highlights how interconnected our planet's ecosystems are. What happens in one part of the world can have, a ripple effect
Exactly.
on species thousands of miles away.
That's right.
But amidst all these challenges, it's important to remember that there are also, incredible conservation efforts underway to protect these magnificent creatures.
Yes, absolutely. There are dedicated individuals and organizations working tirelessly to ensure the survival of Komodo dragons.
That's great.
Komodo National Park, established in 1980, has been instrumental in this effort.
I've heard so much about Komodo National Park. It sounds like a truly magical place.
It is.
What makes it so special?
Well, it encompasses 3 major islands.
Okay.
Komodo, Rinca, and Padar,
Wow.
as well as numerous smaller islets. The park's mission is to protect not just the dragons themselves, but the entire ecosystem they inhabit.
I see.
This includes, lush forests, stunning savanna landscapes, and incredibly diverse marine life.
It sounds like a paradise for nature lovers. And I've read that the park's efforts have actually been successful
They have.
in stabilizing and even increasing Komodo dragon populations.
It's true.
That's really encouraging.
Yeah.
How are they doing it?
Well, it's a multifaceted approach.
Okay.
The park has implemented strict anti-poaching patrols,
Okay.
habitat restoration programs,
Hmm.
and community engagement initiatives
Yeah.
to raise awareness about the importance of conservation.
That's inspiring. It shows that with dedication and collaboration,
Yeah.
we can make a difference in protecting endangered species.
We can.
And speaking of inspiring, there have been some incredible scientific discoveries in recent years
There have.
that have shed new light on the Komodo dragon's evolution and adaptations.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right. One area of research that I find particularly fascinating is their genetics.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Scientists have discovered that Komodo dragons possess unique genetic traits that contribute to their, extraordinary survival skills.
It's amazing what we're learning about them all the time.
Okay. Now, you got to break this down for me. I'm not a geneticist.
Okay, sure.
What kind of genetic superpowers are we talking about here?
Well, for example, studies have identified positive selection in their genome,
Okay.
specifically in genes related to mitochondrial biogenesis
All right.
and cellular respiration. Essentially, these genes are involved in the production and function of mitochondria,
Right.
which are, the powerhouses of cells responsible for energy production.
So it's like they have enhanced energy production
Exactly.
at the cellular level.
At a cellular level.
That makes sense considering how active they are
Right.
and how quickly they can recover from exertion.
Exactly. Their enhanced mitochondrial activity likely plays a significant role in their impressive stamina
Right.
and hunting prowess.
And remember how we talked about their venomous bites?
Oh, yeah.
Well, scientists have been delving into the composition of their venom and have uncovered some truly remarkable things.
Oh, yeah. Their venom is a treasure trove of scientific discovery.
What have they found?
Well, one of the most fascinating findings is that it contains specific proteins that aid in hemostasis,
Okay.
the process of stopping bleeding.
So their venom isn't just about taking down prey.
No.
It's also about helping them survive injuries,
Right.
especially those inflicted by their own kind. During those intense battles.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It really is.
It makes you realize just how complex and interconnected these adaptations are. Their venom isn't just a weapon. It's a survival tool, a testament to the power of natural selection.
It really is.
It's a reminder that there's still so much we don't know about the natural world and that these creatures hold secrets that could potentially benefit us as well. But we can't talk about Komodo dragons without mentioning, their complex communication
Right.
and social interactions.
Yeah.
They're not exactly known for their chit-chat, are they?
They're not the most vocal creatures, that's for sure.
Right.
But they do have a sophisticated system of communication
Okay.
that relies heavily on body language.
Okay.
They use a variety of visual signals, like hissular inflation, where they puff out their throats,
Oh, okay.
and tail lashing to convey their intentions.
I bet those signals are pretty intimidating,
I would imagine so.
especially coming from a creature that size. Their mating rituals sound a bit intense too, right?
Oh, definitely. Mating season is a time of high drama for Komodo dragons.
Yeah.
The males engage in fierce battles for dominance.
Really?
Wrestling, biting, lashing out with their tails.
It's like a real-life gladiatorial contest.
Exactly. And once a male has established dominance, he'll guard his chosen female, jealously fending off any rivals who come too close.
Talk about a protective partner. It makes their hunting strategies even more intriguing.
Yeah.
Are they ambush predators?
Well, they're incredibly versatile hunters,
Yeah.
employing a combination of ambush tactics and scavenging skills.
Oh, wow.